Hello friends, welcome back to our channel The Lens India Professional Photography. I hope all of you have seen my earlier videos related to the basic photography. We tried to understand the meaning of the photography, where we understood the meaning of word photo. We also tried to understand the meaning of the word graphy. And in relation to this word graphy, we first learned about the direction of lights and how this direction of light basically emphasizes on the physical attributes of the subject. Again, in relation to this light, there is one more aspect what we should understand about the light is known as the quality of the light. So let us in our today's session quickly try to understand what is the quality of the light and how this quality of the light impacts our photograph in much better way, which will help us to take our photography to the next level and also will help us to engage the viewer of our photograph in much better way. So without any further ado, let's enter into our today's topic.
So let's try to understand what are these different types of quality of light. So based on this diagram, I have attempted to explain you the different quality of light what exists in our day-to-day life in a natural light scenario. So this is the simulation of our day-to-day life example where the sun rises from the east and sets at the west. So you can see that I have shown this two directions, east and west, and the first quality of the light is what we call it as a weak light. So weak light normally exists when the sun is just below the horizon and about to rise or sets after and it is below the horizon. So this weak light normally exists half an hour before the approximately before the sunrise or maybe half an hour after the sunset. So this is one quality of the light. Another quality of the light, what we can say is it is a soft light. So this normally is experienced when the sun rises, and this exists for 1 to 1.5 hour after the sunrise, or just before the sunset for 1 hour to 1.5 hours, like that. The another type of light, what we can term it as a strong light, and strong light exists in the morning 8 o'clock to 11 o'clock, or maybe in afternoon 2 o'clock, 5 o'clock. Then the fourth type of light, what we can call as a hard light. So this quality of light exists normally between 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. So these are just the thumb rule what we can apply when we want to identify the quality of the light. Of course, this while preparing this, the geographical location really matters, and when I'm trying to explain this example, the geographical base as India is considered, and this lighting or the timing will slightly vary depending upon the geographical location as well as the season which exists. For example, now although we say that hard light exists between 11 a.m. to 2 p.m., but at times when we are having a monsoon season or when we are having a winter season, so normally we experience soft light for maximum amount of time. So these are the quality of the lights, and it's very easy to remember. Just remember the cycle of the sun, that it rises from the east and sets at the west. So before the sunrise happens, it is a weak light. After sunrise, it is a soft light. Then it gets converted into the strong light and then hard light. Then again, when the sun starts moving toward the west, so this hard light gets converted to strong light and then again to the soft light. And after the sun is set, it again converts it into weak light. So with this quality of the light, so these are the four qualities of the light which normally we exist. Until date, probably we have heard that only two types of light while discussing with our photographer friends or any other friend, that we have a soft light or a hard light, but we have never seen about the or talked about the weak light or the strong light. So people usually refer only to two types of lighting conditions or the quality of the light, that is the soft light and hard light. But in fact, here you can see that there are four different qualities of the light. Now let us try to understand that how the light basically, or the quality of the light creates the feel, mood or emotion in the photograph, and what are the situations or timings which are basically uh, giving us some specific quality of the light at particular situation. So these are the situations and timings by and large where it will be help you to understand to when and in what situation the what type of quality of light exists. So let's talk about the weak light first. So normally weak light exists when before sunrise, as I explained in my earlier slide, and after the sunset. Weak light also exists when we have a dark shades or we are in dark indoors, when the thick overcast skies are there, or in a foggy situation, or the light when the light is getting reflected from the dark or black surfaces. So these are some situations where the weak light is experienced. Another quality of light is the soft light. So when does this soft light exist? So soft light exists when uh, before sunrise 1 to 1.5 hour, or after sunset 1 to 1.5 hour. Then we when we are in the bright shades or the bright indoors, or when we have a thin clouds, or when we have a haze but not as thick as the fog, the soft light exists. Also when the light is reflected from the bright surfaces, or maybe the bright surfaces, when we have a bigger or broader source of light, at that time we experience the soft light situation. The third quality of the light is the strong light. Normally the strong light, as I explained in my earlier slide, that it exists between 8 a.m. to 11 a.m. in the morning, or in afternoon 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. So these are the timings when the strong light exists. Hard light, as the sun progresses or the day progresses, when the sun is exactly on the top of our head, so that is somewhere between 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. So we normally experience hard light, or maybe when we have a narrow source of light, that time the hard light exists. Now, these are the situations basically by and large which we experience in our day-to-day life, and accordingly the quality of the light varies. So now let us understand that when this type of light exists, so what is the feel and emotion which is getting created because of certain quality of the light, and we exactly need to capture that feel, that mood, or that emotion in our photograph. So let's talk about the weak light, what type of feel, emotion, or mood it is basically creating in the human mind. So when it is a weak light, we experience normally gloomy environment or nervous environment, fear, maybe, or isolation, maybe loneliness, sad, calm, quiet, tranquil, serenity, or mystery. So these are the few examples. Of course, there will be some more examples which one can add on to this list based on your individual experiences. Then another quality of the light is soft light. So what quality of light, this type of light will give you the feelings or the moods? So divinity, we can say, per se, or maybe smoothness or smoothing of the things, delicate ness of the item, or tenderness of the object, romantic feel, maybe lovable feel, celebration, ceremonial, bonding. So these type of the feelings are basically represented by the soft light. The third quality of the light is strong light. So strong light normally uh, shows us the feel or mood or emotions about the strength of the subject, powerful, vibrant, colorful, energetic, enthusiasm, activeness, and some physical properties like texture, solidity of the object, or mass of the object also. So these are some of the typical characteristics or the emotions which are basically strong, indicated by the strong light. Then the last quality of the light is the hard light, or which is also termed as the harsh light. So what type of emotions will we experience in this type of quality of lighting? So we normally feel the aggression, laziness, inactiveness, roughness, ruggedness, unenthusiasm, unenergetic, irritating, tiring, anger. So most of the things what we experience in the hard light are the negative or the solid things in the hard light. So by and large, these are some examples which will probably help you understand that how the quality of the light creates mood and the emotion. So what I'm trying to explain here is, for example, let's say that we want to shoot a baby, a newborn baby, for example. And just imagine what are the characteristics of the newborn baby. So the baby is very cute, very lovable, right? Very soft. So if we want to showcase those characteristics of the baby in our photograph, definitely we will select the soft light situation to shoot that baby, right? So similarly, if we want to shoot something like a strong person, or maybe athlete, or maybe a sports person, so in that case, we will definitely prefer the strong light situation where it will be powerful, vibrant, energetic, right? And suppose if you want to showcase the pain of a labor who is perspiring in the hard sun, working on the street, so definitely the hard light will create more that sort of feel when we shoot that subject in the hard light. So there is what I'm trying to finally explain here is that there is nothing such as in which light situation or what quality light situation we should shoot or we should not shoot. So there is no such hard and fast rule that we should be shooting only in either soft light situation or hard light situation. But depending on what you want to showcase in your photograph, that really matters. And depending on that result, you need to identify the quality of the light or select the quality of the light and the subject where you will be able to achieve the desirable results. So till date, for example, if you have been doing photography, you might have experienced that, oh, I have seen something very beautiful, but probably that is not getting represented in your photograph. Probably these are the one of the few reasons that we don't observe the direction of the light while shooting, or we don't observe the quality of the light when we are shooting, or maybe from the point where we have seen, so we change our position and take the photograph. So there are n number of examples, but primarily you can say that we normally ignore these factors of the direction of the light, or the topic what I'm explaining right now about the quality of the light, where the quality of the light is not understood and we shoot some object and we don't get the desired result. So it is very, very important to understand this light, because we are just not merely shooting the subject or an object, but we are also trying to showcase the feel, the mood, or the emotion in that particular photograph. And that exactly is the point of success, where we engage our viewers in our photograph. If we are able to achieve that, then we can say our photograph is successful. If we are not able to do that, then probably we need to put in more efforts to understand these factors very well. Now, let me showcase you some examples where I have shot in some different lighting situations, and probably you will able to correlate this quality of light in those photographs. So this is the example of the weak light. You can see two images. One image is shot at morning. On the left hand side, one image is shot in the evening after sunset. And you can see in the left hand side image, you can see more serene or tranquil type of situation because of the weak light. And the another image on the right hand side, it is shot after sunset. This is the image of a fort. So you can see the mystery of this image in that fort. This is also the example of the weak light, where you can feel on the right hand side images you have garbage bin or the carriage, where it is kept after the work in some corner of the area, and you can experience that the isolation or the sadness in that image. Then the image at the right hand side bottom is of a closed door, where the door is also dark color, where the light getting reflected is very weak, and just creating a mystery that what is behind that door. On the left hand side image, it is a image of a cafe area, cafe per se. So you can see the light is very weak, and you can experience the loneliness or the lonely environment in that particular room. So this is how the weak light basically creates the mood or the feel in the photograph. Now, this is the example of the soft light. You can see in both the images, both the left and right side image, both are the landscape images where you can see the golden hour image, and you can feel a very softness, very light movements available in the image. So this is how the mood is getting created in the image. This is also the example of the soft light, and if you recollect that we have seen the celebration, happiness. So just by creating the mood with the help of the quality of the light, you can see the objects, both are different objects, but both are normally used for celebrating your event or a function or some special occasions, and see that mood is getting represented in those images, right? So uh, the subject, of course, it is important. I'm not saying that the subject is not important, but at the same time, if we want to bring out the characteristics or the feel in the mood, we need to basically select that particular type of quality of light so that the viewers get engaged. Now, this is the example of the strong light. On left hand side, you will see that this is the architecture of a temple, and right hand side, it is the abstract photograph of a stairs where the shadow and the light is basically creating a drama. And you can see the very strong edges of the light falling over there, and you can also see the toughness of the strength of the staircase over there. It's the same way on the left hand side also of the image, where it is the architecture of a temple. You can feel the strength of the temple and the strongness of the temple over there, and you can even see the structure, texture, and solidity of the subject, right? Now, this is also the example of strong light. As I mentioned, that when we want to shoot some players or maybe fitness person, so see how the strong light is basically creating that impact. And also the direction of light here also plays the important role, which is creating the highlights and shadows, and able to justify the molds of the body, right? So if I would have shot this in a soft light situation, probably this would not have given us that feel of the strength of this person. But then now, just because we have managed the strong light situation, we can clearly see that the light is playing a very important role over here. Now, this is the situation of the hard light. So these are the shapes of the stones, or the, you can say, stonescapes, what we can say. This was shot in the hard light situation, and you can see that the texture, solidity, mass, okay, and the strength of the stone is basically getting identified over here. So this is the another example of the hard light. Same again, the example of the hard light. So if you see in this also, you can see that roughness, ruggedness of the stones in this particular photographs. So this is how the quality of the light really is very, very important. And what I'm trying to explain here is that it is not the only subject what we are shooting, okay, but the more importance is given to the light, quality of the light, direction of the light. So now we have two parameters to basically involve in when we are doing a photography. That is, one, we need to understand the direction of light. Another, we need to understand the quality of the light. So these two angles or these two aspects of light, okay, will help you in taking your photography to the next level. And of course, this is not a one-day job. You need to practice, practice, practice. You need to develop your vision. You need to develop your eye to identify this type of lighting situations. You need to understand the direction of light. So a small exercise what you can do is that just identify one object, single object nearby your window or in your house or outside house, and throughout the day observe how the quality of light is changing the overall perception of that object throughout the day, and just try to identify in which particular situation the object is looking at its best, and what type of feeling the object is trying to show you. So probably that will slowly and gradually will improve your vision to take the better photographs.
So hope you have understood the contents of the quality of the light today, and I'm sure that although it sounds to be a very easy task to understand the quality of the light, so we need to practice on this. We need to observe the light. We need to start looking at the light, learn to see light, so that the effect or the mood which we have seen in our this session today is captured in our photograph, and this will help us to basically capture the photographs based on the light and not based on the subject per se. So if you have liked our today's session, please don't forget to hit the like and subscribe our channel. Thank you so much.